Welcome to Sportsfan Radio's racing show, where we try to give you our 4 best tips for tomorrow's Caulfield races. I hope you were with us last week because a terrific return, 50% win and 100% place, and those places, 2 seconds. So 2 firsts, 2 seconds. Can't do much better than that. And one of the seconds, if the race had have been 5 metres shorter, we would have had 3 wins. It's a good afternoon to the Gelding. Good afternoon, Gelding. We're in great form at the moment.
Good afternoon, Professor. Good afternoon, listeners. And yes, Professor, half a length, and all of a sudden we would have had 4 winners last week. So I think our listeners that stuck with us from the week before would have had a very profitable day.
Well, the thing is to be consistent, Gelding. If you're watching us, keep watching.
Yeah, I don't think too many tipping services are getting a 50% win rate and 100% place rate, Professor.
Exactly right. So we're off to Caulfield tomorrow, Gelding. It's a 9-race card. The first at 12:05 p.m. They keep playing around with that first race time. And the last at 4:48 p.m, Gelding. When was the last time we were that exact that we were at 4:48?
Well, the Frankston train leaves at 4:53, Professor, so they want to clear the decks very quickly.
Oh, very good, Gelding. The feature race 8, the Sir John Monash Stakes, Group 3 race over 1,100 metres worth $200,000. Gelding, Monash, we can go back to our high school days.
Yes, the colour red.
The colour red. Were you in Monash House?
Yes, Professor, I was Monash House. Were you?
No, I was in Kingsford Smith.
Which was?
Gold House.
And you were captain?
Yes, I was house captain the last year I was at high school.
Oh, very good. And the yellow T-shirt, eh?
Oh, I love the yellow T-shirt.
Okay.
All right, Gelding, the track's...
What were the other
2? Flynn was blue.
Yes, which was blue.
And Mawson was green.
Yes, very good, Professor.
Yeah. Gelding, the track's a soft 6 tomorrow, and I've got an asterisk next to that if there's any further rain tonight, that might attract a downgrading tomorrow when the stewards look at the track. It's supposed to be fine tomorrow, Gelding, so who would know what's going to happen with that track?
Yes, Professor. And excuse my voice. I've still got this lurgy that's going around. Very worried about the track. Living probably 1 kilometre from the track, we had a downpour about half an hour ago for 15 minutes. And we still have drizzling rain, Professor. So what we say to the listeners is look at the track tomorrow, see the conditions. We're working on a slow track today with our tips, but just have a look at race patterns to see where they're coming from. Because as you see, Professor, the rail's in the true position and had previously been out 12 metres. So there may be some better ground kind of on the inside, but look, assess in the early races. Unless, of course, you're tipping in race 1, Professor.
No, I'm putting the bets on tomorrow, Gelding, so definitely no tips in race 1 for me.
Oh, they'll be later in the day, the tips.
Later in the day, Gelding.
All right, okay.
You said that the rail's in the true position. I was just about to say that traffic in Normanby Road and Derby Road, they'll be okay tomorrow.
Hopefully, Professor. Let's hope none of our horses are out that wide.
Exactly right. All right, what are your 2 best bets for Caulfield tomorrow, Gelding?
Professor, look, I've gone a bit short tomorrow, but look, my first tip, and what I think is the tip of the day, is race 4, number 2, Jimmy the Bear. Don't have to say anything after last week. We tipped this horse, paid quite well. It's a bit shorter tomorrow.
Upwards of $5, Gelding.
$5.30. So those on it would have had a very profitable day. But look, it's a bit shorter tomorrow. Hopefully can drift out, and hopefully you'll be able to get even money or just under. Goes up 400 metres, but it's beaten these horses before. The horse is absolutely fine for Paddy and Marie Payne. Billy Egan rides it beautifully. Small field, 10 at the moment. Who knows what it'll be by tomorrow. The horse will be in striking distance, and I think Jimmy the Bear will be the bet of the day. My second tip, Professor, is in the main race, the Sir John Monash Stakes. I'm following Joe Pride with race 8, horse 6 in flight. Joe Pride, we've followed when he brings horses down from Sydney. Professor, he seems to know which ones to bring down. He's booked Craig Williams for the ride. It's a Group 3 race. This horse has won its last 2 in Sydney, coming off a listed race. But what I particularly liked, Professor, was its form on soft and heavy tracks. 6 starts on a soft track for 3 wins. On a heavy track, 6 starts, 4 wins and a second. So, look, my 2, Professor, short and sweet, and hopefully we'll be able to parlay them up, is race 4, number 2, Jimmy the Bear, and race 8, number 6, In Flight. And you like, Professor?
Yeah, Gelding, going a little bit earlier than your race 4, in race 3, the Feed Handicap. It's an open race for 3-year-old fillies over 1,400 metres. I like in this race, Gelding, horse number 2, Supercilious, coming out of barrier 1. It's had 11 starts for 1 win and 5 placings, so a rather frugal 9% win rate, but a 55% place rate. What I can say about the horse, Gelding, its last start was 5th to She's an Artist. She's an Artist ran 2nd in the listed Creswick Stakes at Flemington last week, won by 3/4 of a length. Now,
how do I know that horse, Professor?
How do you know that horse? Well, there's another connection with us, Gelding. Its last and only win was at Sandown on the 3rd of July last year when it beat Savvy Rocker by a length.
Oh, right. Blake Shin rode it that day, and the ride between the 2 horses obviously made the difference.
Well, Gelding, you and I in discussions subsequently said that Supercilious had the right of its jockey gave it the right of the race.
Savvy Rocket, Professor. 3-year-old fillies would have thought an ideal race for it.
Well, yes, Gelding, but if you look at the pedigree of Supercilious, it has gone on since that race to run in the Group 3 Sires Produce Stakes at Morfettville, where it ran 3rd. Then it's also run in the Group 1000 Guineas at Caulfield, Gelding, and it's also run in a handful of listed races. So this is probably back in class as far as Supercilious is concerned. And the journey's out to 1,400 metres, so I think the extension in distance should help it. Craig Williams in the saddle. He's in career form at the moment, Gelding, 13% over his career, but 14% over the last 50. He's had 60 winners in the metro area this year, only second to Blake Shin, who's on 67. And he's had 94 over all tracks in and around Australia during the year.
A fantastic effort, seeing he rides at all the major carnivals all the way around, and has taken a bit of time off to go overseas. In fact, ridden in Hong Kong at some of their international meetings, but also has had time off because of the Ukraine war.
Exactly, Gelding, and trained by Leo and Troy Corsons and Will Larkin. They've had 18 city winners at just a little bit over 10% strike rate. So race 3, horse 2, Supercilious, and then I'll sandwich that with your race 4 and going to race 5, the Sportsbet same race multi-handicap. It's an open 3-year-old race over 2,000 metres. In this one, Gelding, I like horse number 2, Stop the Rock, coming out of barrier 12. A very impressive 4 starts for 3 wins. So 75% win rate, 75% place rate. And we love those percentages in our filters, Gelding. It's won its last 2. It's up in class, but it beat the threat, one of the threats in this race, Verona Roops, by 0.6 of a length last start at Flemington. It also beat Chocolates, Gelding. And I was on, or we were on Chocolates in that race.
Yes.
So any horse that can beat Chocolates, I'm sitting up and taking notice of.
and Chocolate's come out and won last week, Professor.
Yes, Gelding.
Now, I noticed this horse has been in magnificent form. Won its last two and has won 3 of its last 4, Professor. So, again, Paddy and Marie Payne and Bill Egan absolutely flying. And we're going for a running double with them.
We are, Gelding. It's won over the distance too. That's what I like about this horse. Billy Egan in career form, as you just pointed out, 11% over his career, but 14% over his last 50. Only the 19 city winners, but Gelding in Victorian races, 70. We've also got Patrick and Michelle Payne in career form, 16% for their career, 18% over the last 50. They've had 73 winners in Victoria, Gelding.
They're flying at the moment, Professor. A couple of weeks ago, they had 4 winners at Flemington, which is a lot of these horses that are running tomorrow at Caulfield. So looking forward to following them tomorrow, and hopefully they can get a nice running double in race 4 and 5.
Exactly, Gelding. So my 2 for tomorrow, race 3, horse 2, Supercilious, and race 5, horse 2, Stop the Rock. Now let's turn to the successful Professor's Parlay from last week. We were on She's an Artist at Flemington, an unlucky second, Gelding.
Yes.
I thought we were going to win it, and we didn't.
Yeah, I thought we were there, Professor, but the horse just gave out that little bit over the last 50 metres. Didn't finish with its usual ping. I've heard Kieran Maher and Jamie Mellon come back and say they probably backed the horse up a bit too quickly. So we'll keep that one in mind, Professor.
Yeah, I've got that black book, Gelding, and we parlayed that into the Crows to beat Melbourne, and the Crows got across the line, although not as easily as I thought they would. And Geelong, I think Richmond with their queue in the rack, we were talking about that off air, Gelding. Richmond's put their queue in the rack. Geelong beat a very disappointing Richmond.
Definitely, Professor, and not a lot to look forward to as a Richmond supporter in these next couple of weeks.
So that takes the parlay for the year, Gelding. We've got 12 from 28, so we're up a little bit, 43% now.
Well done, Professor. Pat yourself on the back.
I already have, Gelding. Okay, so this week's parlay, the agreed bet of the day at Caulfield, race 4, horse 2, Jimmy the Bear, for all the reasons that you mentioned earlier. And let's parlay that into Port Adelaide playing at home to beat the disappointing bottom-placed West Coast Eagles. Port Adelaide 11th. They've won 7 out of 16. As I said, they're playing at home. Not a lot to like about West Coast Eagles, Gelding. Their offence is the second worst in the AFL. They can only score 66 points a game. Their defence is the worst in the AFL. They allow 103 points. So if you're scoring 66, we say it most weeks, Gelding, if you're scoring 66 and allowing 103 on average, that's why you've only won one. It's actually surprising they've won 1 out of 16.
Yeah, they're not winning.
And the bookies don't like them either, Gelding, because the line's 42.5. So you've got 7+ goals better than Head Start.
But not bad.
And let's parlay that into now. Listen carefully, viewers and Gelding. It doesn't matter whether Melbourne beats North Melbourne. I'm taking the line in this one. The line is 27.5. I'm taking North Melbourne with 27.5 Head Start. And I'll tell you why.
I like it.
I'll tell you why. There's only half a game between these two teams, Gelding. Melbourne's won 5 out of 16. North Melbourne's won 4.5. Melbourne have had a very hard road to hoe over the last couple of weeks, Gelding. They played away in the Gold Coast, and then they, over a short turnaround, played away in Adelaide. And it's only been a week since that game. North Melbourne have been resting since the Thursday before last, Gelding. So they've got the big rest. I know they've got a few injuries, but I think Melbourne are struggling. And let's face it, Melbourne on average kick less than 70 points a game. With 27.5 points to the better, yeah, Melbourne might win, but I don't think they'll win by 27.5.
4.5 gold, tie-in, Professor. I like it. So creative betting.
Exactly right, Gelding. So tomorrow's parlay, race 4, horse 2, Jimmy the Bear, into Port Adelaide to beat West Coast Eagles, into North Melbourne to beat Melbourne. And so what we would say, Gelding, is if the viewers have enjoyed this and they've enjoyed winning with us, they should hit that like button because it helps us with the algorithm. And also they should subscribe because not only do they get our Pearls of Wisdom talking winners and placings, but they also get the excellent show of Paul Daligan and I talking NRL and NRLW. And we're one of the few channels that also talks about the NRLW.
Very, very good show, Professor, and very funny too.
All right, Gelding.
I do believe you keep a very good straight face with some of Daligan's off-the-cuff collars.
Oh, yes, Gelding. Well, listen, Gelding, what other program? So from last this program just gone, Gelding, Paul Daligan managed to refer to Confucius, Nostradamus, and Donald Trump. So he managed to squeeze all of those into an NRLW program.
And you know the worrying thing? He puts himself up there with them all.
Very good, Gelding. Very good. All right, Gelding, until next week from That's Racing, it's good luck.
And good punting.